What's up, y'all? This is about to be a breakdown of the MSC indicator, showing you different ways you can utilize it. Again, I'm going to start off with the most important thing being, if you don't understand price action, if you still aren't learning candlesticks, trend, support, resistance, supply, demand, all these different concepts that are fundamental to trading, period, then that still trumps pretty much any indicator, all right? Indicators are going to give you information gathered and put together based off of volume, based off of price, but you still at the end of the day want to make sure that you are understanding trend, right? We want to look for buys and uptrends. We want to look for sales and downtrends. We don't want to look for buys to trade too often in downtrends. If it's a strong downtrend, our better chance is taking the trade to the downside in the strong downtrend and then taking a big buy in the uptrend, right? That being said, I got Bang here. I'm going to just see if we catching pips on Forex. I'm going to show it on Forex and I'm going to show it on SPY, but this is the MSC indicator. I'm going to crack it open. So it's composed of 4 different indicators put together. It says triple, but it's kind of like 3 and 4 put together. So I'm going to run through it real quick. This is this little table up here that is going to tell you whether these indicators are bullish or bearish at the moment for the current candle. All right, composed of an EMA, super trend, HVI, top bottom. Okay, so we have that. You can always hide that if you don't want it on there. Take it away from your screen. Right. Signal display. You can have all signals set to display, and what that's going to do is pull up with some gray ones as well. Those gray ones are going to trigger when 2/3 of the indicators are aligned. Out of the main 3, the top bottom has to always trigger because that's going to give us our buy or sell. And these are all entries, right? So it's not buy here and sell here. It's buy here, go long, and then this is a short signal, right? So keep that in mind. These are all buy and sell, and that's where you're still going to lean on your own decision-making on when you take your profits or how you choose to manage your position. But I'm still going to cover a couple of things that I noticed so that if you do decide to use this indicator, then you'll be able to use that as well. So got EMA, super trend, Hawkeye volume indicator, top bottom indicator. We want them all to align to generate a signal. I like to keep mine on having them all line up, and I want confirmed only. So it's only going to give me when everything lines up, it'll plot it for me. All right, here's the biggest thing that you'll be probably changing, whether you're scalping, day trading, swing trading. If you like looking at stuff and playing around with the inner workings, coming in and adjusting the moving average, all right, because you could do something like a 200. And if you put a 200 on there, you'll notice that we get less signals, all right? But our signals seem like they all pretty much went for pretty big gains, right? If you do a smaller time on your indicators for your EMA, then you'll notice that you get some more signals, all right? Granted, these still end up being wins, but you get more signals, right? Besides this sell one, this was a little loss. All right, so that's the main thing that I've been adjusting, playing around with. I like to keep mine between 50 or 100 or 200, but I am going to look at doing a 21 as well, and I'm going to show you why. All right, the other ones though, generally super trend, you leave at 10 and 3. A lot of people like super trend. HVI, leave that, top and bottom, leave that. But of course, because you have the indicator, or you will possibly have access if you choose to get it, then you'll be able to come in and change the settings to whatever you might want. If you start messing around and you see, oh crap, if I change this, it gives me bigger gains, or it has a, it does whatever, right? You can also turn off the visual so that you don't see those. You're only going to have the super trend. That super trend is left to give you a potential trailing stop loss as well. And you could just have buy, super trend, right? And your sell signals or your shorts. So you could leave it like this. You just get your signals, right? Now, when we're looking at the trade, I'm going to put these back on. Sorry, this is actually going to take them out the equation. I'm going to put these back on to show. Put these back on. What I'm looking at is this, and this is where I want you to come in, Bang, because this is Forex, and I'm going to put it on SPY, but I want to put it on Forex. My idea the way I've been using it, because I've been testing this, some other people have tested it. What I've been looking at is entering on the close of a signal, of the signal candle. All right, so sell here or go short. Setting a stop loss. My method is setting a stop loss at the high of this short candle. All right. And then I'm looking at a couple of different methods for taking profits. The main method I've been looking at for taking profits based on indicators has been using this pivot point table. But just generally speaking, I'll say, so this one, for example, if we take this trade using that setup, this is our target. All right. We buy here. This is showing how many pips is that? Is that amount right there saying that that's, let me see, let me unmute you. Yeah, are we catching 1,000 pips right here, bro? You're muted.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yeah, or is that 100 pips?
No, that's 60 pips.
60 pips.
Wait, let me, this is EU. Yeah, that's 60 pips. So
Nice.
you're risking, oh, wait a minute, hold on, let me just look at this right. It's 2 hour. Yeah, that's 61 pips for 60 pips, because your risk to reward ratio is almost a 1-to-1. So the pip amount is the one on it's actually the number in the middle, that 60 that you see at the top. If you go at the very top of it, go up a little more, keep going, right there. So right where above your mouse, that 60 is showing you the amount of pips to where you can read it easily. But on the left hand side where it says target and it has the 0.00606, that's, it's giving it to you how price is, you know, shown on the scale on the right hand side, but it's still showing you that it's 60 pips. So the amount is the amount of money that you'll make on that trade, depending on what lot size you took out. But that is, you know, that's how to read that.
Okay, I was thinking I caught 1,000 pips.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me this then. With that amount being there, do you know what lot size that would be referencing?
So I'll have to do, you know, we'll have to divide 1,245 divided by 60. So tell me what that is.
20.7.
20.7.
Are we doing 60 divided by 12? 45. Yeah, it was 20.7 doing it the first way.
Okay, then that means you're making $20 per pip. So that means you took out 2 standard lots.
Big money, standard lots. That's the big money. Cool. Appreciate you, bro. So looking at these, so this one would have been 172 pips.
Right, that's right.
Bought it here, moved up. This one would have been 3 pips. No, sorry, 75 pips. 75 pips.
And that's actually a great risk to reward trade on that one. So if you notice, and again, I'm not trying to knock this, right? But you know, a win is a win, no matter how you slice and dice it. It's just, and you know, with the way that I teach, you know, my members, is that we always try to aim for a risk of 1 to 2. So we're risking $1 to make $2. Everybody kind of knows that across the board, no matter what you're, you know, trading and getting into. But what I want to point out is that if you have, see, what you have is special. All right. And I gotta touch on this, because you're combining multiple indicators that all line up all at the same time to give you the biggest confirmation that you could ever get. Without, you know, that's genius. So, you know, again, shout out to you for bringing your brain to put that together, right? Because without that, what everybody's doing is they're taking every individual indicator, you know, plotting it on their chart and going by one to try to see if they all line up. This takes that work, you know, that process and that extra, you know, trying to analyze and evaluate out of the equation. So this is genius, bro. I want to say that. And now on saying that is that because you have that, when you get that signal, right, to buy or to sell, even though your risk to reward ratio isn't a 1 to 2, and some of these, right, because this one was a 1 to 4, there's probably some other ones that have very nice risk to reward ratios. But if it's not a 1 to 1, or it's a little less than a 1 to 1, does not mean that that's a bad trade. It just simply means that you're not gonna, you're not gonna get thousands of pips. Do you understand what I'm saying? But 60 pips on a standard lot, that's $600. All
Mm.
right. If you do 2 standard lots, it's like you show, that's $1,200. So this is absolutely a game changer, bro. And I can't wait to get it in, like in production for myself. But this is big time. So just with everybody on the call, you guys should get really, really excited about this. Because this is big time. That's kind of what I want to say about that. But yeah, you're reading it all right. For what the risks, I mean, what the pips were. As we're going through it. But before, yeah, it definitely wasn't 1,200. And it would have been awesome though if it was.
Bad, bro. Appreciate that insight on that. So the other thing with it, because I'm looking at this different ways, and that's why I said it's important to still understand trading, and that I like the indicator not telling you when to sell.
Hmm.
Although that would seem easier, right? It probably would cancel out some opportunities for some big moves. But here's another way I was looking at it is in regards to either the trailing stop or uh, a, a take profit. So I guess it would be a trailing stop either way. So we have this method of moving up, hitting that resistance based on this pivot indicator, and that's just going to indicators and typing in pivot point standard, right? That's all that is.
Hmm.
All right. So that's one. I'm actually gonna add this up real quick. So that's 60 pips there.
Right.
We got
You're
60.
getting into right into what I was going to mention about it next, is that even though that risk to reward was like, a 1-to-1, we're still in that trade from the original signal. And
Mhm.
this thing has taken off. You understand what I'm saying? You just happen to get 2 entries, right? You got to buy to your left, go over to your left one more time. You got that first buy signal there. But if you go right like you're doing, right, you're still in the trade. You never got knocked out of the original trade. So even though the original target was a 1-to-1, the actual move was way more than a 1-to-1. Do you understand what I'm saying? So this is man, this is huge, bro. This is big time right now. But
Yeah.
go ahead, with the pivot points and how you're doing everything.
So
But
that's the other thing I think can make it give you a. It depends on how you want to play it, right? So the other thing I looked at is using this 21 EMA as an exit, right? So with that, you would have exited this one, you would have hit your target, you could have got out here, right? With the sale right here, you would have took that quick little loss. And then with this one, right, you hit after you got your buy here and you target this one, you catch your 172. But you can also manage it where say you trim there, right? Or cut position here.
mhm.
And now I'm waiting on a close below that 21 EMA. And so with that, now you kick your trade out and you don't end up getting out until here. Right.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Yeah, bro. So that's the thing that I'm looking at with it too. We see like a couple, and then it's a lot of quick exits if you get stopped out, depending on how you stop out. So with this one, if you use that 21 EMA as your stop, you wouldn't have got stopped out here,
Hmm.
right? You would have
Hmm.
took it to this target, right? Caught
There's a
120 pips.
there's a lot of flexibility to this. And
Yeah.
again, this is brand new, right? You know what I'm saying? Everybody hasn't been able to play around with it yet. But again, like you mentioned, if you're a trader who understands market structure, the meat and potatoes of everything, and then you add this to the mix, you're going to be able to start taking advantage of this in ways that Jordan's not even kind of telling you about it right now, right? You'll see, maybe you're somebody who was already using pivot points, and then you say to yourself, you know what? I'm gonna set my target to this pivot point, but I'm gonna watch that moving average and see how the candles react around that. And maybe I can go in and get another entry in, or possibly maybe I can just trail my stop loss along those moving averages. So again, the possibilities are going to be endless. The main thing about this is that, again, you're getting this big time confirmation. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's almost like, again, if I asked Jordan, if Jordan was singing, right? He was singing, Michael Jackson, and he asked everybody in the group, "Hey, do I sound good?" And everybody in the group is like, "Hell yeah, man, you sound amazing," right? That kind of confirmation is enough to boost you up and get you out there on the stage, or, trying to go get you a record deal or something like that. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's one of those things that I want to point out to you guys, is that this indicator in itself is a huge plus to you knowing your overall market structure and price action. You understand what I'm saying? So you guys are going to see that, yeah, you may not be swinging for the fences on every trade when you get a signal, but you're going to see that you're so profitable that it's not going to make any sense, right? You understand what I'm saying? You're going to be like, man, this thing is automatic. And then again, if you know what you know, you'll be able to compound on that, and just, you'll hit the moon with this. It's going to be crazy. Jay, I got a few questions about this. I just want to throw it out there because, again, I know you probably, still going to find things out about it that you got to tweak and what have you. One of the things that I like when you were going over the indicator itself was that you said you could change the moving average. So I wanted to know, are you also able to display multiple moving averages all at the same time? Or did you just want to keep it? Was it, from a programming standpoint, was it better to just leave it like that and then just change it as you need?
Yeah, it's all going to be just one indicator
Okay.
baked into the one EMA baked into the indicator. But of course, right, that doesn't mean that you can't come in
Adjust it.
and throw on whatever you want to throw on. And now you might get double confirmation. Now
Mm-hmm.
I'm on a 200 still, and I'm only going to take buys if we're over 200, only go short under 200. And now you're eliminating these, sales signals, right? You're
Yeah.
just trading the buys. So you can always add an extra one.
Nice. Yeah, that's what I wanted to know. And then what was the other thing? It was HVI. I don't know what HVI is. So can you explain that to me? And I guess the rest of the gang too, who may not know what that is.
The HVI, it's a volume indicator. So
Okay.
for me, bro, this composed of me doing a lot of what's this volume indicator do? What's this volume indicator do? And so a lot of my nights were volume. 'Cause I knew I wanted a volume based, aspect of it.
Right.
So I'm hitting net volume, session volume, on balance volume, like all these different, start getting into volume indicators that other people created. Just testing, bro. And the HVI was one that I don't exactly know the inner workings of it, but I saw some consistency when the HVI would print a green candle or a green volume bar, because it rotates between green, gray, and red, right?
Okay.
Bullish, gray being neutral, red being bearish. But when I saw that, I was like, okay, that in itself can kind of be a signal.
Right. Yep.
And then that's how I started stacking it, because with the regular volume bar, I mean, it's a bunch of them. Matter of fact, let me see. I'm gonna actually add it real quick so y'all can see. So we pop it on here. Let me get this. Boop. Boop. All right. So you'll see that you have green bars, gray bars, red bars. Right. And so that's playing a part in, we're looking at signals where it's all having a line up. It has to be under the EMA. It has to have red Hawkeye volume indicator, right? Just stacking all these components up.
Okay. Then yeah, I'm with you 100% on that. It's just I didn't hear about it, so I had no idea what it was, and I just wanted to ask about it. So cool. And that's huge, that volume, because believe it or not, that was one of the big things that people would ask me about in Forex was, how could they determine how volume gets played in the mix with Forex. And a lot of times, I'll have them go by the candles, because when we're using TradingView, the volume doesn't show like that like it does with stocks. Like you pull up a stock, you pull up a normal volume indicator, and it'll pop up, and you can kind of go and do what you got to do. But with Forex, especially on certain pairs, commodities, indices, all that good stuff, it won't display. It'll give you some kind of error, and then you'll have to go out and get like a third party volume indicator and try to see if it really aligns up with the Forex market. So having this now where you can utilize it as well with Forex is going to be huge for everybody in this space, bro. So This is again genius work, man. Genius work.
Appreciate you, bro. And good questions too. I'm gonna show SPY real quick
Hmm.
on 30 with a 50 EMA.
That's my favorite.
All right. And so looking at it again, one of the things is determining the exits. But one of the things that I did when I was testing this before was a full indicator all in one.
Hmm.
I was testing it myself, manually looking at 4 indicators lining up and trying to do it on multiple tickers. But these quick pops, I found that I just liked, for the sake of ease, I like setting a limit sale order and just walking,
Yeah.
because instead of trying to hold out, and you can hold out. I like to trail my stuff too, but getting this quick move here, right? We get this buy, it's overnight, and that's what I was doing. It's cool. You get $5 on SPY, you 30, 20, 30, 50, 40, however many percent. Like, you do it, right? You
Yeah.
buy money contract, you get this quick move down, you get this quick move up. Oh, and so having that tight stop where I'm still using that high, right? So like this sale here, I'm stopping now if it goes back above the high of this sale trigger. It didn't.
And
Right. So
it's all great risk to reward ratio, bro. And on top of what you said, um, this is uh what I was mentioning before, where you can add on to how you when you know how to trade, you can add on using this with the pending orders and just make this thing even more lovely, man. I'm excited, bro. I'm sorry. It's like you need to drop this right away, man. I know maybe if I don't know if it's ready, but um
it's
once it
coming.
is,
It's getting dropped at the end of the Zoom to MSC.
okay. Yeah,
Uh,
no.
I'm gonna drop it to the public at the beginning of next year, but MSC will be able to get it tonight. I see you had a question about consolidation. So that's where the EMA comes in.
Great question. Yeah.
And right, if we were to put on, say, a 3 EMA, we see it gets a little weirder. Right. But if you filter it out by increasing your EMA, that's why I like 200. Right. Then it just gives you a lot less signals. So you're not worried about consolidation giving you a bunch of noise if you drag out your EMA. Right. So if you're ever in doubt, or if you want the safe route, take the EMA a little higher, like we see 200. Granted, we're gonna get less signals because and we're decreasing the risk, waiting for a safer signal. But we see that when we get our signals, they're usually going to be a lot bigger with the move versus if we did a 5 EMA. All right, now we see we got to buy here, sell here, buy here, buy here.
And that's all consolidated. Yep.
All right, especially over here, like this little mix. This sell is nice, right? But we take all that away if we bump up the EMA. Like I said, I like doing 50, 100 to 200. Right now we just have the sell instead of having that little buy and that little buy. Just the sell, just the buy.
Yeah, Melina, that was a great question.
Yeah, very solid question. I agree. This indicator can lead to a lot of good sales. Yeah, especially when you tie it in with your own understanding. So on its own, it still like points out a lot of good things. Like, I didn't chart up SPY before this. I just went and found, I laid it out based on the indicator. But you tie in your own stuff, like, okay, well, look, we're coming off of a triple bottom right here. 1, 2, 3. And then we get a buy trigger. Beautiful, right?
Yeah.
You tie it in, you know what I'm saying? So I like that when you're looking at everything. And then it does work on multiple time frames. Again, I would say with the time frame changes, that's where I would just adjust the EMAs. If I'm going on a smaller time frame, if I'm going on a 1 minute, then I might kick out my EMAs even more. But it's typically going to work better 15-minute and up. And that's just a big super trend component. Super trend is typically going to be 15, 30 and higher. So I typically would use it on a 30-minute and up. I like using the 1 hour, but I'll say with smaller time frames is if you are okay with taking multiple orders, your win rate isn't going to be amazing, but your profits will be if you're okay with taking multiple orders. So if we take this sale, this is today, right? So let's say we do today. We'll start it here. We're on a 1 minute, 200 EMA is our moving average. So we take the sell, right? Take it at the close, get out at the high. So we took a loss right there. Okay, cool. Right. That's a loss real quick. 36 cents. All right. Come here, we get a sell. Right. Are we using the moving average? Let's do the moving average. So if we're using the moving average, then that's going to take us out all the way up here. All right. So we get stopped out here. You know, you might take profits, you might not. All right. This one, you catch all the money that you was looking for. All right. And so like I said, I prefer bigger time frames for it. I think it's definitely safer on bigger time frames, but your ability to catch big moves will make up for, you know, if you miss out on some gains, but you're going to get a lot more signals. All right. But that's where your ability to manage your trades comes in. When you're on a smaller time frame, it plays a bigger role. Default settings for trading stocks based on the 1, 3, and 5 minute charts. No, that's going to depend on your trading view plan. I have trading view premium, so I can do whatever time frame I want. I could put it on a 30-second, 5-second, 23-hour. It doesn't matter. But the standard would be 1, 3, 5, and so on from there, right? 15, 30, 45, right? 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour. All right. Good question. I'm gonna see if anybody wants to unmute and ask too. If anybody wants to unmute and ask a question.
Hey, this is Jay Norris. I just wanted to clarify that question that I had asked. Basically, when you were developing the indicator, like what? Because I know you usually do the 1, 3, and 5. So were you basing it off of that, or? But I know you just said that also it's better on larger time frames, 15-minute and up. So, like when you're developing it, you know, what were you using?
When I was developing it, I was mainly swinging off the hour. Those all those swings were actually called in my channel in the group too. And I did a trade log. I went 5-1 my first week doing it that I logged, and after that, it was just more tweaking and more shifting down to different time frames and testing things out. So I used it on the 1 hour rather mainly, but you can use it on any time frame. You just want to make sure that I think you come in, you adjust the moving average. And the beautiful thing about it is that you can also look back and we can see whether or not we want to use this moving average or not, right? We can see if we like using the 50 or if we want to take it down to a 10, take it to a 5. And you can see based on past performance and past signals, what setting you might want to leave it on.
That's
And
huge.
we had this choppy day. Right? When you got all of these where you might just be scalping it, right? But we still have good movement, right? It's just a lot of signals when you take the time, when you take that EMA down.
Bet that's beautiful that you can see the past results as well.
Yeah,
That's
bro. Sales is always going to be on you. And the reason I left that out, because obviously I could have implemented some sort of take profit here type of signal, but I really don't want somebody relying solely on it, because I want you to look at it. You know, I want you to look at it, still learn the basics of trading and how to manage a position. But that's why, you know, on tonight, we covered, hey, you could use the moving average, right, as a little more flexible stop. That low stop would have got you stopped out. That moving average stop, right, never closed below the moving average, and you took off. See somebody got their hand raised. You can unmute. Talk to me. Talk to me. What's up, bro? I'm asking him to unmute. All right. Anybody else got any questions? Any questions?
When can we start using it?
That's the question out. When can you get it? You can get it now. You can get it now. So I'm gonna drop the link for the indicator. If you want it for life, let me know. I set it up for to now. It's just gonna be $10 a month to have access to it. Hopefully you make $10 with this. If you can't make $10 with it, let me know and we'll get on a one-on-one session. So I'm gonna put the link in this Zoom, and then I'll also put it in. That was your question too. I'm gonna put it also in a Discord. Once you get it, DM me your TradingView name on DM me your email and your TradingView name so I can give you access on Discord. Just DM me. Yeah, you're welcome. And that's it for y'all. So don't go tell your friends that's not in MSC about this cool indicator and tell them it's $9.99 and you've made $100, $200 using it. Yeah, it's not $9.99 for them. It's not even available for them till January if they're not in the group. But I wanted y'all to get a chance to use it. I wanted y'all to get a chance to make some money with it. Kim, are you still on here, Kim? Kim started trading with it as well, and she did numbers on futures.
Hey, yeah, I'm here. Sorry.
Nah, you good.
You wanted me to show the trades I did with futures?
Yeah, can you show your futures trades?
Yeah, hold on. Let me share my screen.
Kim used the indicator better than me.
That's not true.
Hey, you haven't lost with it.
That's true. Let's see. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. See, I've been testing it, I guess, the past week with Jordan just to see how I would use it on futures because it's a continuous market like Forex. And I like the 10-minute view for me and how I trade or how I would like to see alerts come through. And I also did the 50 moving average. Let me double check. Yeah, the 50 moving average. Hold on. And like today, this morning was a crazy morning. So I wasn't really paying attention to the chart as much, but I had an idea of like direction. So I was just waiting to hear the little signal tell me there was an alert for a buy or a sell. And I've been also testing out the 3-minute because I typically trade off a 3-minute. I day trade off a 3 or a 1 minute, but mostly 3-minute. So I had a 3-minute time frame set up, and I had this buy right here. And because like I think Bain mentioned and Jordan mentioned, like you still do have to know how to trade. Like you need to figure out what your own entry and exit strategy is. And for those who study like Elliott Wave or Benjamin Move with me or with Black's Academy, or have really good understanding of fib levels or support and resistance. That's what I'm thinking about when I see this trade. So when I saw like this buy signal here, I can tell this is like an impulsive kind of move up. So for me, I'm just looking at like what are some Fibonacci levels that I should think about for an exit before I even think about entering. So I'm just doing a quick like Fibonacci projection, and I see a couple levels. And I'm also, sometimes I'll do a Fibonacci retracement, which I know might confuse some of you guys, but just roll with me. And so I'm just trying to find ideal levels where I think it may enter or exit. So when I saw that buy signal, I immediately, placed a trade. I think I did around right here. I think I bought one. I'm investing it on a smaller account. So if you guys trade futures or no futures, you typically can start trading something like MNQ, which is the same as QQQ, or SPY. I'm sorry, ES, which is the same as SPY, or MES, which is the same as SPY. So this was on MNQ. Oh shoot, sorry, it's at the market. Oh, wrong account. Hold on 1 second. Let me go to my paper trade account. 1 second. Sorry, the market's closed, so it's not taking the orders. So where was I at? I was on 3 minute. Okay, boom. So I would buy a contract here. That's something out. So immediately I'm setting out my entry and exit. You know, for me, I'm looking at fib levels. So I'm probably doing, you know, or looking at the previous point, looking to see where I want to exit. And then I'll do my entry, I'm sorry, and then see where I want to exit. And I think on this one, I exit at the 61.8% line because it hit right there and it sold. So that was one. And then the second one, I was actually on the phone with some members from MSC, and this buy right here signaled, and it was like this perfect little move and setup. So literally set my buy entry as soon as it rang. Did pretty much the same setup. And I was looking more so at support and resistance for this one. And I ended up choosing this fib level right here because it was close to this this area of resistance or support. And literally like in 10 minutes of, I think I was on the phone with you, Jordan, in 10 minutes of me sitting there, this was like the profit that was made. So that's how you could do it really easily, not easily, but some good other metrics of entry and exit just by looking at it that way. And there was a really cool one that was on, there's actually, there was so many. I think we did one yesterday. Where was that? Oh, this one. If you study the wave or study any type of patterns, you will know that this is kind of like a double top, but it's also what some will call a LA wave flat pattern. So when I saw the sell signal, again, knowing that you have your previous knowledge of how you trade, I saw this sell signal and also saw this flat pattern, you know, instantly you just start charting your projection levels or your fib levels, however you chart your fib levels. And then when I saw it, I instantly hit sell and I just waited for it to hit this level because this is one of my target levels. I could have gone a little further down to this 161.8, but it was after market hours. I didn't want to wait that long. So I just set my entry as soon as I heard it, set my exit there. I think I was on a phone call I was on a call with you guys as well with Moody's call, and it all happened right there. So that's how you can use this if you know your ways of charting. Like there's some that I wouldn't necessarily enter on, but again, that's how you know. Oftentimes I look for the 10-minute because it's not as many signals. But sometimes when you see a 10-minute, it's hard to see the candle pattern. So I may go down to the 1 minute to see the pattern to figure out if I actually want to enter. This one right here was a really cool one. I was working and I could not actually get in when I heard it. But this buy happened right before FOMC, and you can even see it more clearly on the 3 minute. Where is that at? Over here. So if you had entered when you heard this, and just on a small account, this is MNQ, but you can also do this on MES, which you have some pretty inexpensive contracts for futures. But MNQ, I think it's this with this broker, it's $100 contract. If you were to measure this whole thing out, I mean, that's how much that trade would have been if you sat through all of that. But that buy signal was so pivotal. And even before, if anyone is up in the morning trading, even before this, was it this one? Hold on a second. This non-farm payrolls, I was actually really impressed that it got the signal just about right with the non-farm payrolls. So I think you can actually see it even better on ES. Why does it keep doing this? Sorry. Yeah, I got that signal so perfect right there before the big drop happened. So again, if you charted it, you know how to trade it. I definitely wouldn't recommend if you don't know how to trade it, because it's a very volatile trade if you get it wrong. But this was a very quick, like a very quick move that happened in literally a minute. If you were able to get it on that. So I've been impressed with playing with it. I'm like most people, I don't really use indicators. The only ones I use are kind of, they work with Elliott Wave, but this has actually been pretty impressive so far. So I definitely highly recommend it, at least to try it out. Any questions?
I just liked seeing those entries.
Yeah, those are, I saw some big plays all throughout those buys and sells. So if you caught some of those, that was big time money. And that's, again, just hats off to the indicator, bro, because this thing is looking ridiculous right now.
Yeah, like I said, I don't use indicators. I hate them, but this one actually really shocked me. I've used a couple super trend ones. I didn't like it, but this one actually really shocked me. So I'm still playing with it. The hour looks really good too, but I like to day trade a lot. So the 10-minute is a good start, and I kind of go up and down based off of that.
And I just want to touch on what Jordan said again, because it's always somebody, you know, it's always going to be that one that's out there who they see all this good stuff about the indicator, and then they want to strictly go off of this indicator. Now, Jordan is, you know, he's repeated it multiple times, but I'm telling you guys, you know, on top of him saying it, that if you guys just try to go by that indicator, you know, it's not going to be the same. All right. It's just not going to be the same, no matter how good this looks. If you don't know what you need to know, it's not going to be the same. So guys, don't, you know, have that kind of excitement where you're like, oh, the indicator finna do it for me. Okay, then let me just, you know, let me just run off of that. Don't do it. All right. Know what you got to know and use it as that confirmation. Get dressed, which is what I tell my people, right? Get dressed, look in the mirror, you know you look good, and then pop on the indicator, and then Jordan's going to tell you, yeah, you looking good. You know what I'm saying? That's how you want to go about this, guys. All right. But yeah, man, Jay, just incredible, bro. Incredible.
I was trying to beat the alert. Bro, yeah. So somebody asked, thank you, Kim. Thanks, Bang, too, bro. Somebody asked about how do you set alerts on? Does it ping your phone? So that's going to depend on your trading view plan. Depending on the type of trading view plan you have, it'll determine how many alerts you have. So the free version of trading view, then you get 1 alert. The pro version, you can get like 20 alerts. I think the next one, Pro Plus, might have you like 40 alerts. But yeah, you just go in, hit these little 3 dots, add alert, and you can put, well, I like to do once, I'll do only once, or you can do once per bar close. So it'll alert you like once the bar close, and it'll keep pinging you as long as it's still moving in that direction, if you into that. That might be something that you would do on a bigger time frame, not on a 1 minute chart. But you could do it, and it'll sell signal if you want to do unconfirmed buy or unconfirmed sell. What those are again, if it's just showing you 2 out of 3. All right, so if 2 out of 3 of them line up, then that'll give you that unconfirmed, right? Because not everything is lining up. But even here, bro, this is just buy it right here. Damn, sell it right here. Buy it right here. And this is the 1 minute, you know, and that's why I was saying, like, yes, this works on any time frame. I wouldn't be giving y'all some garbage. It works on any time frame. Just be prepared for on a smaller time frame. You know what comes with it. You know, a smaller time frame is going to have a lot more up and down, a lot more, you know, choppy looking price action or more clustered price action. And you're probably going to get more signals, which is why I said, you know, kick that indicator EMA out, you know, and then you're better off. Right. I like it though. I love it. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. If y'all got any other questions, let me know. I'm still running the class at 8. Thank you, Bang. Thank you, Kim, for sharing how Kim didn't take every single thing that fired, but when she saw something that aligned with what she would have thought, then she took it and managed her exits based on how she likes to trade. But Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Hey, can I throw one thing on too?
Is that
Big Bang, what it do, baby?
What's happening, Moody, my boy?
oh,
Chilling.
bro?
I'm
What up,
relaxing.
Zay?
What's
Zay
up?
was-
What's up? Nah, but look, the alarm clock, because I know a lot of people don't have like the hit that, and you can go through and delete your old alerts so you can get more alerts.
Yep.
So like if you don't have like the expensive, like the premium and stuff like that, you have to go through and delete them just so you can get more alerts. That's it. Because I know a lot of people been having this problem.
Damn, I got 400 alerts.
Bro, I looked at mine the other day and I was like, bro, 330 alerts. I need to delete some of these.
I did the same thing, guys. We live and die by alerts. They are my bread and butter. Period. So
Big facts. Hold on, I just gotta say something because Big Bang on here. Look, everybody that loves me on the charts and thinks that I am just spectacular or phenomenal or something better than Bill Gates, right? I know I feel the same way about myself, but I promise you one thing. I promise you one thing. And I've only made time, right? Because it's free to everybody. I've only made time to get on Big Bang's, like about 2 of his classes, and I spoke on one of them. This is a guy that breaks down candlesticks and trends, patterns. I'm talking about to a T. Like when I say that he does it better than I, he does it better than I.
oh man. Appreciate the love, bro. Big time, man. But we all birds of a feather, man. We all birds of a feather. Cause I started with Jay, a lot of times, we like to feel like this is all, in us. You know what I'm saying? But we all learn from somebody, bro. I don't care how you slice and dice it. You know what I'm saying? So just how you got that energy for me, bro, I promise you somebody got that energy for you because I see it too. You know what I'm saying? I might be quiet because I'm trying to build and I'm trying to go and I'm trying to be like Jordan, but I need to get some sleep. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard to, kind of throw yourself in the mix of everything, bro. But you know that the vibes, you know the energy, you know the ones who are here to teach the people. You know what I'm saying? You know the ones who are here to like not try to build you up with all of this fluff. You know what I'm saying? So again, I appreciate that love, bro, but we all great in our own regards. And, we're going to just keep it going with, everybody that comes to, try to take from this, you know what I'm saying? And really want to do something with their life. So again, shout out to all y'all, bro. We running it, man. And that's the way it's supposed to be.
Absolutely. And you said something very important is leaving my mind right now, but, thank you for the shout out as well. I know that I feel the energy for other people with me as well. Dang, it just left my mind. But you said, something very important. Notice how I am mind blown and, just eager to want to be like Big Bang, right? And like, yo, I can't wait till I know I'm on a different level, but I can't wait to be on his level with it. Notice what he said, and that's pureness. That's just pureness, knowing that it's within us, because it is within us, but you got to learn from somewhere. Just like he said, he started with Jay. You got to start somewhere, and nobody learns this by themselves. You have to literally study people and take from other people and cultivate your own. So shout out to you for always just being a real one and just dropping little silent gems like that, bro.
100, bro. 100.
Good. Appreciate y'all coming through.
Yes.
All right, look, I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna be back in like 2 hours. 2 hours. I'm gonna be back on the Zoom. Talk about what's my topic for the night? What is it? What is it? What is it? I'm getting on somebody's head. Taking responsibility for your trading success. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be on y'all heads at 8:00 Eastern. And then we can do club. I gotta go do something from 9 to like 9:30. Nope. I gotta be gone for like an hour. But if y'all gonna be on, I get back, we popping. So I'm gonna see y'all. Appreciate y'all. I'm gonna put the link to the recording in the chat. I'm gonna put the link to get the indicator in the chat. Don't tell your friends about this indicator thing.
We got to come for you.
Get access to it. Nope. Just for y'all till January. All right.
All right, man. Hey, Jay, appreciate it.
All right,
Yeah, have a good one.
Peace and love, everybody.
Peace.
Everybody be safe.